Let's keep it on the screen. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Kind of hot tonight. I might go grab my fan. Hello, Noel. How are you? Also, none of my games are up, so... Remember, I was grabbing food. I know, Blasphemous is up. Yeah, Blasphemous is up and running. I'm gonna finish my bowl of cereal while we chit-chat, because hello, hello, hello. Actually, you know what we could do? If I go live, hello, capture software. Are you capturing a damn thing? Hello? Oh, there it goes. I was thinking sit here and chat, but also, I was replaying a fun video. That we could continue while...
2D brawling. Man, stay tuned
While
for
I
coverage
eat.
of that version sometime.
Because it's spooky season, and I like knowing about the spooky games, and I've been watching all this guy's videos, because he's going through old video game consoles and looking at every single video game on them that's horror.
License, we have Warlock, developed by Real Time Associates and with LJN on publishing duties for the SNES version, released in 1995, and with Acclaim publishing a similar port on the Sega Genesis. Loosely based on the second movie in the series, which is really worth a watch sometime, by the way, you play as a young druid who must travel through time to gather 6 ancient rune stones before the evil warlock does, and literally
I hope you're all doing
unleashes
well.
hell
I just got
upon the
back
earth.
from the movies,
With some
so I'm
very
grabbing something to
detailed
eat before we
pixel art and
start.
smooth, elaborate character animations, this game almost fits into a cinematic platformer kind of category, not far off from Nosferatu, which was mentioned earlier, but it still has a bit of looseness to the controls, for better or worse. Aside from being able to fire off unlimited magic bolts, jumping, and a roll maneuver, you also have control of an unwieldy orb, which can be used to fend off some of the pestier enemies or grab hard-to-reach items.
I don't even know what Warlock is. Some 90s movie.
And those pickups range from the usual healing spells and extra lives, to other offensive magic like screen-clearing skull bombs and minor earthquakes that can affect the landscape around you. With a bit of patience dealing with the quirky controls and some rather brutal difficulty spikes, I was actually very surprised with how much I enjoyed playing through this one. And it's definitely worth a look, at least for its well-crafted atmosphere, plenty of cool monsters to battle with, and some pretty satisfying magical combat.
Followed up with another Warlock game? Nah. Oh, another one with fun animation to it.
Welcome to the other side.
Oh, this is an unreleased, unfinished game.
Janky Jam, Atmosphere, an unfinished prototype that was luckily recovered and made available to play by DRX and Hidden Palace. So this is based on the board game, more widely known as Nightmare, a spooky-themed party game with a VHS tape full of clips of the infamous gatekeeper berating you and providing various instructions.
Stop. Like to tempt fate, worm?
The video game version molds the concept into a platformer, but with said gatekeeper intermittently bending the rules or sending you into various short minigames. Your 90s tastic main character has a surprising moveset, with dodge rolls, ledge grabs, and a few different items and weapon pickups as well. And the game features a handful of varied levels that you can choose from an
As I have learned, not all games have that.
Not all of the levels are entirely finished, as you can see here, but supposedly the game is about 80% complete, so there's still plenty to explore in the prototype, glitches and all, and the difficulty is no slouch either, as even with the debug default of 99 lives, you still have a fairly limited amount of time to complete a stage. It's definitely a cool oddity worth downloading, with some nice atmospheric graphics and detailed sprites, and you gotta love those gatekeeper cutscenes.
Meet my friend.
Up next is Psycho Dream, a Super Famicom exclusive released in 1992 by Riot, a division of Telenet Japan. And while bearing some gameplay,
I guess it wouldn't be the first time
we've
we've seen a video game made into a board game made into a video game.
Cyber horror fantasy hybrid, dripping with
This one's like
surreal
if
cosmic
feels like if they
atmosphere
turned
and infested
SMT
with
into a
nightmarish
platform
creatures.
shooter. With all the tech and
The premise
demons
surrounds a
and
new VR experience
mythological
called
figures.
D-movies that have a tendency to make its viewers never want to leave, and it's up to special agents called debuggers to pull them out back into reality. In this case, you can play as either Rio or Maria, two debuggers tasked with rescuing a teenage girl trapped in a D-movie and likely to die within 24 hours. The two are armed with different weapons, which can evolve slightly as you pick up more power-ups through the game, admittedly with Maria being pretty overpowered once you can envelop the screen with homing shots. The gameplay could use a bit of polish here and there, but I'd say the real draw here is the surreal and eerie post-apocalyptic-like settings, punctuated with
It's even
large and unique
post-apocalyptic.
boss designs. And just in case you don't feel like dusting off your Super Famicom,
Even more like
this
SMT.
weirdly enough got added to the Nintendo Switch Online library of Super Nintendo games, in case you feel like checking it out. Now we'll leap into a classic tale of Japanese horror with Musha, developed by Jorudan and released in Japan and North America in 1992. You control a pike-wielding warrior tasked with rescuing a maiden from a demonic lair infested with all sorts of yokai and creepy creatures. The game emits a macabre atmosphere with some great art for the backgrounds and sometimes some very cool monsters to battle with. But the gameplay does feel hamstrung a little bit. It's your run-of-the-mill action platformer, but your character movement is very slow, your jumping height is absurdly high, and even your variety of pike attacks are often no match for the onslaught of fast enemies and damage sponge bosses. To even things out a little
And
bit,
also it looks like
can
you
gradually acquire
are a very
some
heavy
magical
character.
techniques,
Your
which are
drop
occasionally helpful. There are
speed
also
is really
some very
high.
powerful spear projectile upgrades that last until
Memory
you
is
get to life.
broken.
Top
Yeah,
things
fill the
off
screen with
some
homing
recycled
projectiles.
level
Yeah, that
layouts
sounds
throughout,
broken.
and rather tedious boss patterns. This one is a little disappointing to play, considering how nice everything looks, and having that very distinct classic yokai vibe going on. And I really wanted to like this one more than I did, but I can still appreciate the artistry involved in parts of it. It at least has pretty generous health bars, and unlimited continues if you want to brute force your way through the game and see everything it has to offer. And maybe those with more resilience and patience can find some nuance in navigating the game without getting constantly hit by everything. Based on an early 90s manga, this Ghostbusters-inspired series would get an action platformer on the Super Famicom, with GS Mikami Joreishi wa Nice Body, aka
And this one
the
actually had a
Super
lot of
Mikami, the Exorcist with
games
the
made
nice
on
body.
different platforms.
While anime licensed action games can really be hit or miss, GS Mikami actually knocks it out of the park here with a really fun and lighthearted spooky romp with a wonderful presentation, great controls, and gameplay reminiscent of the Castlevania series. You control Mikami, who can run, jump, and swing her magic staff, and with some magical upgrades to add projectiles or screen-clearing spells, along with being able to grapple to certain platforms and swing up to new areas. The 7 stages also mix things up with some fun moments that shift into cat-riding, auto-scrolling, or even cute-em-up action. And of course, plenty of monsters,
certainly
but
likes to ride that
sometimes
pussy.
goofy boss battles. If there's any downside here, the game is on the short side, and rather easy, without any difficulty settings beyond easy and normal mode. But it's still a great little casual playthrough, or maybe even a fun speedrun if you're into that sort of thing. Unfortunately, there isn't an English translation available, so you will miss out on a bit of whatever's happening in the game's many cutscenes. But don't let that stop you from enjoying a great little action game.
And that's what I
It's a ton
think
of
is
fun
interesting
and
about
will
these
certainly
videos is
scratch that Halloween itch.
he plays a lot of Japan-only releases too. So every now and then he's like, "Hey, this one was fun to play, but
oddity here with
I didn't know
Yokai
what was going
Buster
on."
Ruka no Daiboken. But it's not the typical anime-based game you might expect. In this instance, the developer Sting had actually previously made the Jetsons Invasion of the Planet Pirates on the Super Nintendo for Western audiences, and they were later contracted to make a game starring Ruka, a new mascot for a Japanese gaming magazine. So their Jetsons game would be reskinned and retooled a bit into this, morphing the vintage sci-fi setting into goofy yokai supernatural stuff, replacing George Jetson and his vacuum with Ruka and her severed demon head thing. Weird IP morphing situation aside, this is still a really solid and fun platformer with some pretty unique mechanics and movement thanks to the suction of the demon head, which not only lets you grab enemies and shoot them back at other ones, but also attach onto walls and ceilings.
I
to
love when they
navigate through the
replace
levels.
rights.
And it's not a 100% reuse
In the
of
exact same
Living
video
Jetsons
game.
content either, with some minor improvements here and there, a control tutorial, and a few reworked level designs, or even some completely unique boss battles. It's definitely a great deep cut on the system here that I hope more people give a try sometime.
Yokai Buster. Oh my god, I might have to fuck around with my controller.
In the classic yokai-focused series, Gegege no Kitaro would also get some Super Famicom love with this entry, Fukatsu Tenma Daio, released in 1983.
Yeah, with a name like Gay Gay Gay, I can understand them not not localizing
Plays
that.
a young Kitaro, final survivor of the Ghost Tribe, and the only hope to defeat Demon King Tenma in this boss rush run-and-gun action game with several fairly short stages and a brutal difficulty curve. Shigeru Mizuki's wonderful monster designs and art style translate really well here, with some cool large boss sprites, but honestly the challenge makes this one somewhat hard to approach, and you'll need to really put in some effort to avoid damage and survive the yokai gauntlet ahead. There's no fan translation available here, but it's still very playable anyway. The Super Famicom would also get one more Gegege no Kitaro game with Yokai Donjara, which required Bandai's weird dual cartridge accessory unit, the Sufami Turbo. It is also untranslated, but seems to be a small collection of 4-player minigames featuring characters from the series, including some weird variants on classics like Reversi, Concentration, and maybe Mahjong. I'm not sure what warranted the
Reversi,
Sufami
let's go.
Turbo requirements here, other than it might have been cheaper and faster for Bandai to release it this way, instead of a standard cartridge release. Ushio Totora is another title based on an anime and manga series.
Let's get back to what we're here for. Hello, Moreau. How are you doing? Maybe we should switch skins. Play something different. Wait. Did I load the right one? Damn it! I need to fuck with the controller again. No, not that. Ah, shit. There we go. Okay. It's doing that stupid thing again. Which I can get it to stop. Yeah. Yeah, we good. Okay, we good. Yeah, this is the right file. Got it. Chipotle's kind of it. It's a Chipotle kind of night. Looking very red. Yeah. Alright, what was I thinking about? I remembered I was like, we should go inspect something, maybe. Oh, you know what I was gonna actually wanted to do really bad? I wanted to see if I can look at a... Oh, a map genie. Okay. Blasphemous map. If there weren't any secret rooms that I was missing anywhere. Oh, don't you dare start doing this again. Really? Again? Stop. I hate it. Like, leave mouse, controller. Leave the rest of my PC alone. I don't want to use a fucking analog stick for my computer mouse. Fucking stop. I just want to play a goddamn video game. I should probably rest at the mea culpa because I accidentally used a... Are you serious? What the fuck? I hate this. I need to figure out how to mess with this again. Because there was a way that I, like... There we go. Fucked with it entirely. And I got it to be like, no, don't do that thing you think you should do. Just play the game and leave my PC alone. Alright. Yeah, I guess for now just go straight through, because I still need the right accessory to get the rest of this. I could. And might as well start with some progress. No, what the hell was I thinking? There was something I was thinking about. So I'm not doing this until later. That's like endgame shit. Oh, right. I managed to get the twisted tongues. So all of this, yeah, all of this shit I actually can go back and get. That's right. Why are you taking screenshots? The dodge button is screenshot taking now? What the fuck? Oh, it's doing the stupid... Why is Microsoft bullshit like this? Fantastic work, Microsoft. Right? Excuse me? Holy shit. Why is this a fucking... I can't get this to fucking stop. I don't know how I got it to work last night either. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fucking reset Steam entirely. What the fuck? Wait a second. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. It even broke my OBS. Fantastic work, Microsoft. I'm gonna reset OBS. Stream's gonna go offline real quick. And then I will restart and be right back. This is bullshit.